Hello everybody. If you'd like to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 217, The Lost Camera. Mia clutched her backpack tightly, her heart pounding against her ribs. The bustling night market in Bangkok was a sensory overload. Flashing lights, honking motorbikes, and the cacophony of 1,000 voices haggling over prices. It was exhilarating, terrifying, and completely new for her. Mia had always been a creature of habit, sticking to her quiet routine in her small hometown. But a recent inheritance, a hefty sum from a distant relative she never met, had given her the courage to break free. Thailand, the land of smiles, was her first stop. Tonight she was on a mission to find a good street food stall. Her stomach was grumbling, and the enticing smells of spices and grilled meats were making her mouth water. Suddenly a delicious aroma stopped her in her tracks. It smelled like savoury pancakes, filled with something sweet and savoury. Following her nose, she found a small stall with a friendly-looking woman behind it. Pointing and smiling, Mia managed to order one of the pancakes. As she waited, she reached for her camera, wanting to capture this vibrant scene. But her hand met only empty air. Panic surged through her. Her camera, a treasured gift from her parents, was gone. She frantically searched her backpack, her hands shaking. It wasn't there. Tears welled up in her eyes. The camera had held precious memories, photos of her family, her friends, and her travels so far. Losing it felt like losing a piece of herself. Just as despair threatened to consume her, a gentle voice broke through the noise. "Excuse me, miss?" Mia looked up to see a young man, probably a few years older than her, with kind eyes and a worried expression. He pointed at the empty space in her hand. "Camera?" Mia managed a choked nod, tears spilling down her cheeks. The man spoke a few words in Thai to the stall owner, who nodded sympathetically. Then the man turned back to Mia. "Don't worry," he said in English, his voice soft. "I speak English. Maybe someone saw something." Mia explained how she had been distracted by the food stall and realized the camera was missing. The man who introduced himself as Kai listened patiently. He then suggested they retrace her steps, hoping someone might have found it. Together they navigated the crowded market. Kai spoke to a few vendors, and Mia showed him a picture of her camera on her phone. Though the language barrier made communication difficult, everyone seemed concerned. Unfortunately, no one had seen anything. Dejected, Mia sank onto a nearby bench. Kai sat beside her, offering her a tissue. "It's okay to be sad," he said kindly, "but maybe someone picked it up and will return it later." Despite his words, a heavy feeling settled in Mia's stomach. The camera was gone, and with it, a sense of security. Seeing her distress, Kai offered a small smile. "How about this?" he suggested. "I take you to a different part of the market. Maybe you can forget about this for a while and enjoy some good food." Hesitantly, Mia agreed. Kai led her to a stall selling brightly coloured noodles. He helped her order, patiently explaining the different ingredients. As they slurped down the delicious noodles, they chatted about Thailand, their hometowns, and their dreams. For the first time that night, Mia felt a smile tug at her lips. Kai was easy to talk to, funny, and surprisingly good at charades, which helped bridge the language gap. By the end of the meal, the disappointment of losing her camera had lessened. Suddenly, Kai jumped up, a wide grin on his face. "Wait here," he exclaimed, disappearing into the crowd. Mia's heart skipped a beat. Was he leaving? But moments later, he returned, holding a familiar-looking object. It was her camera. Relief washed over her. "Oh my God," she cried, snatching the camera from him. "How did you find it?" Kai explained that he saw a young boy fiddling with it and recognized it from the picture she had shown. He negotiated with the boy, who claimed he'd found it lying on the ground. Whether it was true or not, Mia didn't care. She had her camera back. Overwhelmed with gratitude, she hugged Kai tightly. Thank you so much. Kai chuckled, a little embarrassed by the hug. Don't worry about it. I'm glad we could find it. As they walked back to her hostel, a sense of warmth filled Mia. This night, which started with disappointment, had turned into an unexpected adventure. She had not only found her lost camera, but also made a new friend in a foreign land. Maybe this trip wouldn't be so bad after all. As they reached their parting ways, Kai handed her a scrap of paper with his phone number written on it. If you need anything at all while you're in Bangkok, don't hesitate to call, he said with a smile. Mia beamed back, clutching the paper and her camera close. Thank you, Kai, she said sincerely. This night wouldn't have been the same without you. Waving goodbye, Mia continued towards her hostel, a newfound courage blooming within her. This experience, with its ups and downs, had shown her the unexpected magic that travel could bring. It wasn't just about the sights, but also about the connections you make along the way. She clutched her camera, ready to capture not just photos, but all the memories that awaited her adventure in Thailand. Vocabulary notes. Bustling. Adjective. Full of activity and noise. Example, the bustling night market was overwhelming for Mia. Sensory overload. Noun. When you experience too much stimulation for your senses, sight, smell, hearing, taste, touch, at once. Example, the flashing lights and loud noises caused a sensory overload for Mia. Hefty. Adjective, large in amount or size. Example, Mia received a hefty inheritance from her relative. Creature of habit. Someone who likes to do things in a regular way and doesn't like change. Example, before her trip, Mia was a creature of habit in her small hometown. Exhilarating. Adjective, exciting and thrilling in a positive way. Example, travelling to Thailand was exhilarating for Mia. Cacophony. Noun, a loud, harsh mixture of sounds. Example, the market was filled with the cacophony of vendors and haggling customers. Enticing. Adjective, making you want something very much. Example, the enticing smells of spices drew Mia to the food stall. Savoury. Adjective, having a pleasant taste, especially salty. Example, the pancakes had a savoury filling. Frantic. Adjective, feeling or showing a sudden and uncontrolled fear or worry. Example, Mia became frantic when she realized her camera was gone. Treasured. Adjective, something that is very precious and important to you. Example, Mia's camera was a treasured gift from her parents. Despair. Noun, a feeling of hopelessness and sadness. Example, despair threatened to consume Mia after losing her camera. Gesture. Noun, a movement of the body used to express an idea or feeling. Example, the vendor gave a sympathetic gesture when Mia explained her situation. Distracted. Adjective, not paying attention to what is happening because you are thinking about something else. Example, Mia was distracted by the food stall and didn't notice her camera was gone. Dejected. Adjective, feeling sad and disappointed. Example, Mia felt dejected after a search for the camera failed. Tissue. Noun, a soft, thin piece of paper used for blowing your nose or wiping away tears. Example, Kai offered Mia a tissue to dry her tears. Slurp. Verb, to make a loud sucking sound while eating or drinking something. Example, they slurped down the delicious noodles together. Charades. Name, a game where you act out words or phrases for others to guess. Example, Kai used charades to help bridge the language. Example, Kai used charades to help bridge the language gap with Mia. Overwhelmed. Adjective, feeling that there is too much to deal with. Example, Mia felt overwhelmed with gratitude when Kai found her camera. Unexpected, adjective, not planned or anticipated. Example, this night turned into an unexpected adventure for Mia. Blooming, verb, to start to develop or grow. Example, a newfound courage bloomed within Mia after her experience. Hostel, noun, a low-cost form of accommodation with shared rooms and facilities. Example, Mia was on her way back to her hostel when they said goodbye. Story written by Google Gemini AI. Image created by Copilot AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.